Okay, so I'm going to be doing an analysis of Crispy versus HotMashedPotatoes, Sheik versus Puff. This is for the script compendium, so check out smash.gg/the script or whatever, and if you donate like $15 or more there, then you can, then I'll do analysis for you, similar to what I'm doing for Crispy now. So yeah. I've got the game up here in case I need to lab, so yeah, I'm just gonna get started. Okay, so you don't want to down smash at this early percent. So it was fine here, I guess, but not really, because if he rested you at middle of the stage, you can just DI it properly and you'll survive like that. So you don't need to worry about getting arrested, and then you can get back and then you can get a punish that gets you almost the exact same percent or whatever that you lose, if not more, depending on what you do. So anyway, that wasn't too bad, but you don't want to make it a habit, because if you down smash Puff at low percent like this, if she's also at low percent, she can crouch herself and then jump rest you like this, and then you just die. Or she can shield and then jump out of shield, jump in and rest you then, so like that. So if you play, Puff can just do this on reaction. So you just, unless you're playing against a Puff that hasn't practiced this, it doesn't like, she can do it out of crouch and out of shield pretty easily. So you don't want to hit her with this. Unless you're at high percent and a rest is worth the risk reward, maybe, then maybe go for it then. But in this scenario, just not worth. So that was incredibly risky by you. Well, somewhat risky because you're at low percent, but yeah, just not worth really. You're walling in an interesting way. So you're doing like short hop back airs like this, auto cancel, and that's fine, I guess. But you want to do like, if you do landing aerials, then it's far harder to stuff. I guess you're using rising back air, I mean, because it can like contest Puff in the air better than, like, if you throw it out late, then you have more vulnerable time for which you can get stuffed. So if you do landing back air like this, like I was suggesting, like this, then all this time that you're in the air before it, Puff could just jump up and stuff you. So I guess you're trying to like catch him in the air, like try to contest him. Obviously, if they can still like whiff punish. Like if you back air here, you're still vulnerable here, and Puff could come in with a back air here to whiff punish you. So it's not like, it changes the timing and method for which Puff has to punish. So yeah, that's about that. So yeah. Probably could have comboed to F tilt here. Grab definitely wasn't going to combo because you released your needle. For starters, you released your needle high. So if I can't go frame by frame because this is only 30 frames per second. So if you see here, you release your needle and it hits him there, but no other needles hit him. So he's definitely not enough hit stun for you to be able to combo to grab. He crouched, so he could have rested you or something. He grabbed you, so I guess that's fine. But essentially, you weren't going to combo to F tilt to grab there. So you might have wanted to do F tilt. Land F tilt should have worked here. Dash attack would have also worked. F tilt would have been good, but obviously if they just DI away, then F tilt doesn't really get you anything. So it's not, you don't have the best options here. I guess I get why you'd want to go for grab, because then you get a throw at least. But then again, down throw isn't really going to kill at this percent either, so maybe just take the F tilt. If they DI away, then take the stage positioning. Obviously, if they grounded, then you don't want to just F tilt, because they can like ASDI down or crouch cancel depending on percent. If they're grounded, then you want to go for the grab because then you can get a down throw, pummel down throw into aerial, which gets you some nice percent. But he was in the air, so maybe consider just trying to combo with F tilt and then punching bad DI after that. Okay. He messed up his combo.
In other words, we all know very well that after people die, other people are born.
Yeah, okay, so it is NTSC.
Only you can only experience it one at a time. Everybody is you all know you.
So this is actually a somewhat important concept. You need to. I've actually been doing this as Falcon too, so you need to be aware of. You need to be aware of percent when platform camping, and essentially what I mean by that is if Puff gets you to around. If Puff gets you to around this percent, and you're trying to side platform camp her. So no, I'm just gonna be Sheik. I'm just gonna jump up here. I'm gonna throw out some needles or whatever, and then I'm gonna try and dash back shield drop aerial. And now as Puff, let's say Puff sharks you before you get the needles out. Then he can combo afterwards, or she can combo afterwards. So like she could do this, and then combo to, if I time it properly. I'll just go frame by frame. Anyway. She can double jump back air or double jump. She could have rested there even, but she can combo into back air, into another back air, into a wall of pain, and then you're dead. So you got to keep track of percent. A low percent at 0, Puff won't be able to do that because obviously up air won't knock you over. So, and she doesn't have time to like even pressure anything off of it. So without the needles, let's just say she's grounded for now. So up air doesn't knock over, so you can land a Sheik and then do anything before Puff can do anything really. So 0, she doesn't get anything off of it. And also you can crouch cancel if you do land, so you can do if you needle, so let's say you needle, I'll do grounded needle, but let's say you did aerial needle and landed, you can hold down and you'll ASDI down pseudo crouch cancel, and then you can just like do whatever after that. So you get pseudo crouch cancel ASDI down there. But anyway, let's look at the situation you were in. You were at like 90%, and that's good because if you're at 90%, Puff won't be able to combo off of up air or anything. So let me just get you to 90, or my Sheik to 90. So now, if I have Sheik platform camping Puff by here, so now I have Sheik throwing us some needles. Let's say Puff sharks and up airs you, like this. As you can see, Sheik is sent so far up that Puff is definitely not able to follow up. So you actually, when you're doing these sorts of things, you should actually be looking at your percent and keeping it in mind, because if she hits you up here, okay, you're in a disadvantageous state, but it's not like you're completely fucked or anything. You can just recover in some way. So then Puff, if she wants to try and beat you and then not have to deal with you again after contesting you platform camping, she's gonna have to hit you from the side and hit you off stage, which is easier to contest with needles because it sends further, like at the start of it, as you can see, it sends like further to the horizontal than it does downwards, especially if you're on platforms where, if you're on platforms, you can't really, Sheik has trouble covering that space beneath her, so I can use needles to cover this 45-degree angle. You can use needles to cover any of this space that I'm like throwing. If I gather needles cover all of that space, and then your shield drop aerials also cover horizontal space, but you don't really have anything that covers straight beneath you really well, because your up air is just going to get contested really easily. So Sheik struggles with covering beneath her, which is what Puff will want to try and abuse and try and get beneath you in up air. So at high percent like this, she's going to have a hard. She doesn't even get anything good off of that because won't up air won't be able to combo into anything. So then she'll have to contest you horizontally or up it and then beat you in another mix-up or something. You'll have another chance. Um, and if she tries to challenge you horizontally, then your needles and shield drop aerials contest that pretty darn well. So yeah, platform camp. You can platform camp and whatnot before up air knocks down, and after they can no longer combo off of it. And the reason I'm saying this is because Wizzy told me to do that as Falcon recently too, where he did analysis of me versus a Puff for me, and he was saying Falcon should um, Falcon should keep it in mind as well. And I'm just seeing this now and realizing that it's obviously applicable to Sheik too. So yeah. Okay, again, down smash at low percent. You would have like definitely died there, or maybe not died. I'm gonna turn down this bit. You might not have died there, but it was pretty risky. Lower your use of down smash against Puff. You're pretty much just hoping that they can't react after baiting you or whatever. So you're just it's just not good. Yeah, throw needles. Okay, that's fine. The buff kind of fucked up because he took a while to use his double jump here. What Puffs are gonna do is they're gonna do double jump here, and because you'll just be covering that same location every single time with needles on needles. So you'll needle, you'll short hop needle, you'll short hop needle, you'll short hop needle. It'll keep hitting them until they do double jump air dodge. So Puff will do like she double jumps up, and before getting hit by the needles, she'll air dodge on. And then after you throw the needles, you've just got to react to that. So you'll just do needle, she'll air dodge on, and then you just aerial her or down smash her, depending on where she air dodges to, or maybe run off aerial or whatever. Which can give her another opportunity to recover, but there's not much else you can do. But yeah, he or she, they waited too long. To do their double jump here, and then by then air dodge up wouldn't have allowed them to get back anyway, and that was their last jump, so they're dead now. So yeah, they just messed up and you took it. That's fine. That was a really early double jump. You double jumped immediately when you really shouldn't have, because double jumping early here against Puff or whatever when they're on ledge means that now if they're going to contest you when you come down, which he does now, that means you'll have to early up B or air dodge. If you early up B, Puff's just gonna come up and punish you. And if you air dodge, then again they're just gonna punish you again. And so what you should have done here was saved your double jump for a little bit. Here, saved your double jump for a bit, drop down, and then you had a bunch of timing mix-ups for double jump to ledge. You had up B to ledge. You have double jump. Maybe not air dodge on stage. Maybe you could have. I'm not entirely sure. But you had double jump. You had double poof. You had low Dandus recovery. A bunch of mix-ups low here. And you went for this early double jump, which reduced your potential mix-ups by a lot. Okay, just then, I'm pretty sure Puff couldn't have done anything if you just immediately upbeat the ledge. Um, and then even if they did somehow stuff you out of it, you'd have still kept your double jump. So, but I'm pretty sure if you just did immediate upbeat to ledge, they wouldn't have been able to stuff you or anything there. Should rest you, yeah. Right here, you've got no good rest punish. Down smash there was probably not the best one. Especially since you had the back hit, maybe the front hit. I'm pretty sure the front hit does more damage. Because it feels stronger. But maybe if you did fully charge the front hit, maybe that's, I guess, fine just because for damage and then it sends them off stage. But yeah, there's nothing that good you could have done there. Mm. Okay. So you're currently just trying to contest Puff in the air. So you're doing like short hop aerial dash back with Sheik. You're doing shuffle auto cancel aerial dash back. You're doing instant back airs to try and stuff Puff before she can do anything. You might want to consider using platforms in your contesting. Like if you're here, you can just run off aerial and it'll contest Puff. You can do wave dash off aerials depending on where you are. If they're in center stage like here, you obviously can't contest them using the side platform because like run off aerial isn't gonna reach or anything. So then you're just putting yourself in a worse position. But if you have them like where my Sheik is here, and then you can go to platforms and like mix up shield drop aerials and whatnot, and even shield drop needles if you got those. Just make sure you don't accidentally transform into Zelda. I can do shield drop reverse needles, which is pretty cool. I'm sure they're kind of useful. You can start here or whatever. Uh, shield drop, shield drop reverse needle like that. I'm sure you can do that maybe, but mainly just like shield drop aerials and whatnot contest it kind of well. And you can do that after your needle camping and whatnot. So you can use needles to force them to come in because they want to get beneath you, like I said earlier, where they can up air you, where you have no aerials or needles that contest straight beneath you really well. So so if you use needles and whatnot to bait them into come into that space, as soon as they try to, you can like shield drop, dash back, shield drop back air, or just shield drop forward air like that or whatever. But in terms of just contesting Puff aerial to aerial, you might want to consider using full hop. Because if you use full hop, you can straight up just because especially this Puff. This Puff is just doing like short hop aerial walls. I believe he was doing short hop aerial walls at you. Maybe full hop ones. I remember short hop ones. If I see again, yeah, he's doing short hop and full hop. But even full hop, it doesn't go that high. Like if I do a full hop back air as Puff by here, um, you can see as Sheik, I can jump over it and then come down and punish with an aerial. And it's such low obviously, and again, Puff can shark this with up air too. Puff, if you anytime that you want to get above Puff to try and like contest her from above, because in this way you can whiff punish. You can do it as well with what you would do. You were just doing short hop aerial walls, and your short instant back air would have contested this somewhat. But anytime that you're doing short hop aerial walls, for starters, if you do instant forward air, then you open yourself up to getting punished like this a lot. Like I don't even need to set that up. It's really hard to beat Puff doing that with forward air. So then what you want to do is like whiff punish it like this, or you want to like whiff punish it in some way, because your aerials don't contest head to head that well against Puff. So you can catch her in the startup like that, or you can whiff punish, but you really want to contest the hitboxes itself because she just clean beats yours the majority of the time. So you want to play the ground game, not the ground game, but the air to ground game at least. What I mean is basically the only aerial that Puff has that contests above her well is her up air. So unless she's gonna shock up air when you're above her, which you can't really do on reaction a lot of the time, um, you can just get above her and then punish her back airs or her forward airs and whatnot, and with punish. But yeah. Anyway, that should be the game. Cool. So here's something you could do: is if Puff is waiting for you to come in. So let's say she's here waiting for you to come in. Then what you could do is just stay over here, charge needles or whatever. If they jump up to try and like contest you, then you throw the needles or whatever. And then if they just stay over there, like away from where your needles contest, then you just drop down so that your needles would hit them here. So then you can release needles and hit them or whatever. And then they're gonna jump into the air after that. So then they're gonna jump into the air after that, and then you just like if they go to the side platform, then you just jump up and throw the needles then, or you just um, if they like short hop or full hop or whatever, then you just stay and then you just contest them. You could just like jump back up and throw the needles there or whatever. So if they're just waiting for you when you're charging needles like that or whatever, you don't really have to go in because Puff has like they can't act reactively to your needle throw. They have to like play around the positioning and whatnot, which just doesn't work. Charge your needles. What are you doing? So charge your needles there, and then get a down throw, punish or whatever. Okay, messed up. If Puff gets a full hop aerial on your shield, especially like a rising back air, they're often going to try and like hope that you aerial at a shield and punish you. So what you can do is whoops. So let's say you hold shield or whatever. So you're holding shield, and then Puff comes in and does full hop aerial, and then drifts back, and then comes in with another aerial. So now as Sheik, I'm like, after I get hit by this first aerial, fuck it, I'm gonna go for an aerial at a shield, hoping that I can punish. So as you can see, if I go for an instant forward air, he drifts far away enough that he's going to avoid my um, forward air at a shield. So then they can drift in afterwards and go for another punish. So in this situation, I guess Puff could do fast forward double jump aerial like that. So they can bait the aerial at a shield. They can bait the aerial at a shield and then punish like this, and then get a punt and then try to kill you off of that. So what you want to do if they like, what you can do rather is just wave dash out shield and reset neutral. Maybe even wave dash out shield forward and then crouch a Sheik because your crouch can low profile quite a bit. So that might be okay. That might be a nice thing you can do. But at least, or you could just do the completely safe option really, which is just wave dash back and then reset neutral. Maybe you could like wave dash actually forward F tilt to contest Puff in this way, but again they could drift around that and whatnot. So the safe option again is just wave dash out shield and reset neutral. But yeah.
Doesn't it really astonish you that you are this
Okay, I doubt it would have killed, but you probably should have done grab. You probably should have done like needle, grab, double pummel, down throw, up air there, and it might have killed. So yeah, you went for up smash, but up smash it wouldn't have sweet spotted, so it wouldn't have killed there. So you should have gone for what I said a second ago. But that would have just been like in the moment decision making. Yeah, so something you'll see Plup do a lot when he's playing against H-Box as Sheik is you'll see him do like when he has Puff at high percent, similar to how Foxes will run, cancel, jab, up smash. You'll often see Plup and Sheiks use run up, crouch, jab like this. And then after that you can get a forward air confirm off of it, and at very high percents I believe you can get an up air confirm. Not now obviously, or you can get a down throw, like a grab confirm off of it, like this I guess, but that depends on DI. But you can react and get like a forward air or something like that, or you just confirm off of it basically, and get your hit confirm, and then they'll try and kill off of that. Now obviously they can they can just like crouch cancel it, like without even needing to crouch. They could just ASDI down it. But then you can obviously mix up your timing on the second jab to throw them off. And I don't believe. So I'm just gonna spam holding in, down and in, and A. So now I'm gonna try jab 2 to stuff it, and I believe I was about to spot dodge then before he grabbed me. No, well, barely not. And he wasn't frame perfect, but it was just mashing A, which, yeah. But essentially, the problem is that they can just do this. They can just, after they crouch cancel the first jab, they can just hold down and in and then spam shield plus A, and then they'll get crouch cancel jab grab like this. So you got to consider the risk reward, and it obviously depends on how good it obviously depends on how good the puff is, because it doesn't really take much skill to be able to do that, to be able to do this. But they obviously won't be holding down and crouch canceling in all situations. You can catch them in the air. You can use it as a whiff punish after they do. You can use it as a whiff punish after they do like a aerial. So yeah. Anyway. That was a really obvious approach. You just straight up run in. So you're charging needles here. Okay, that's fine. He's showing though that he's not going to go in even if you charge needles. So for starters, what that should mean is just charge your needles. If he's not going to come in when you charge needles, that means you can just stay over here and just get a full stack of needles before you do anything, and then that will help you out later. So for starters, fully charge your needles right now, and then secondly, you just run in and just full hop aerial here, and it was really telegraphed because of how you did it, and he just jumped away. So if you did like, you could have done something like run in, just wave dash, and just wait and react to see what Puff does, and then try and get a read off of that or something. Or you could have done, you could have overshot your run and then jumped back and then aerialed where he would be, which would have worked out. But yeah, here's the jab forward air I was talking about. Obviously in the corner. He's in shield. You use it after he's in shield. So if they don't crouch cancel this, which he didn't in this case, then you get a jab forward air. Now obviously, like I showed a second ago, they could just ASDI down, pseudo crouch cancel, and then kill you off of it. So it's incredibly risky. But yeah. I'd have gone for a forward air there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how true it is, but you can at least get frame advantage off of down throw forward air, as far as I know, at low percent. Like I know on characters like Marth, you can even combo off of it at like 20%. But obviously, I don't think you'll be able to combo off of it on Puff because she is too like well, I don't know the mechanics of how it works, of how like weight and whatnot affect hits them. But yeah. But anyway, so she DIs away, and then I'm gonna get her to DI down and away on the forward air. So now I'm gonna do short hop, delayed forward air as Sheik. That was too delayed. This looks like it might have comboed even. Let's check. So for starters, it does hit them even if they try and jump away, so that's good. So now let's see, let's say they don't jump away. Let's say they just DI down away. And now I'm going to try to jump away as Puff here. It catches her jump, so you can just do down throw. So on DI away, you can do down throw, short hop, slightly delayed forward air, fast fall, auto cancel, F tilt, and then you can get that. Obviously, if they DI that away, you don't get anything. But then, let's say they don't DI that away. Let's say they try and hold in or whatever. Wait, did he land here? It looked like he landed there, but anyway, maybe just a bit past zero. But yeah, if they don't DI away on the F tilt, the point is that you get frame advantage, and you can go for maybe like a string like this, and then get some extra percent on. Like maybe this doesn't work at exactly zero because of it seemed like he barely no impact landed, but you can maybe get like some decent percent off like this if they don't know what to do or something like that. So then you get like 40% ish on the. This isn't a true combo, obviously, but it's just about working with your frame advantage. But you also got to know how to delay your aerials as late as possible to catch them before they can act. Okay, so that was good. That was So I was talking earlier about crouch cancel on jabs, and that's now you quickly showed how you should use it properly, which is you were doing space jabs. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have Puff shield and hold in shield and grab, like try and CC in and grab like before. I barely missed her shield here, so never mind that. Nice. Can I not auto cancel this? What? No, I'm sure I can. Okay, so I auto cancelled it here. Hmm. Maybe you need to be like max spaced. It's so annoying. Because they should be holding down and in because that moves them a bit forward. So even space jab, unless you're like super spaced, it's just gonna. Unless you're super like max range spaced, you're still gonna get crouch cancel jabbed, crouch cancel grabbed. So it's not the best. But yeah. Again, so he DI'd away, so I would have done like a slightly delayed forward air there, and then maybe used F tilt to try and catch him in with my frame advantage. It's sort of like a pseudo combo, depending on what they do. Charge your needles. Don't hit him towards the tree, because then he could just tack. He could just tack it. I would have hit him away from the tree, and then because then you'd have advantage with your back towards the tree, so you wouldn't really die as easily. But I guess you're trying to. If you keep him in there, I guess you can get like some percent, I guess. Needles. So again, like I was saying earlier, you tried to aerial out a shield here, and he tried to like land, jump, and immediately back air to try and punish it. You barely whiffed though, and then you managed to kill him. So yeah. Was that a true needle grab? Because the needle seemed kind of high. I think he could have crouched under this, and then he could have rested you, but he didn't. So. Okay, so that's actually somewhat important. Well, obviously it's important, but it just depends how. So Puff can't double jump sweet spot the ledge. I don't know how to get the ledge grab. I've forgotten how to get ledge grab boxes up on 20XX. But essentially, like, if you see, this is about her double jump sweet spot. And if, as you can see, her because she pops herself out like a balloon, she can't actually double jump sweet spot. So if I try and do it, if I just run over there as Sheik, I can just down smash it. I can down tilt it if I time that properly. So I can do that. I'm not sure if I can F tilt it. Maybe. Nah, maybe not F tilt. But down smash is a pretty nice one. So if you want to catch them doing that, then you can just walk over and down. Go over and down smash. Specifically like run cancel. But then they can get around this by using Sing, which actually shrinks her hitbox. So now if I try and go over and down smash, as you can see, it whiffs. So this is how Puffs can get around that. And then at that point, what you can do is, if you just like immediately steal it off them, facades they're just going to be dead. Obviously, you can use run off aerial, so you can do like this, and that's just going to hit either way. But if you just like steal the ledge off of them, then they're just going to immediately die, which is interesting. And you can do that in an unreactable way, like this dash back, shield stop, wave dash to ledge, and that's going to be unreactable for them. So then if they use Sing, then they're just going to die. Obviously, your needles can still hit if they use Sing, because, yeah. But essentially what you got to keep in mind is that things like down smash and down tilt can hit the double jump sweet spot because of how she pops up like a balloon. But things like but they won't work if she uses Sing, which is what she did. She did in this scenario. I don't really see you do ledge dash F tilt much. I've been going for 40 minutes already. I should probably speed up the analysis. But anyway, I don't really see you do ledge dash F tilt much as Sheik. So if you get ledge, I don't really see you do something like this. Whoops. I don't really see you do like Jesus Christ. Something like that. And it's really good with Sheik because if you do it properly, it will be invincible. So I didn't do it properly. But if you practice it, as a Sheik main should, and you don't have it in not full screen, because full screen's important. Okay, so I think I got it properly here. So you do ledge dash, F tilt, and as you can see, you can get it intangible on the hit. And if you look at the range, like that hit's barely not under the end of the side platform. And that means that, like, if you want your opponent to respect you, then they're gonna have to either go onto the side platform, which you can try and shark with like a ledge dash. Well, you could do ledge dash and then dash through that or whatever, or you could do ledge dash aerial that, like ledge dash forward air, like this. Or they're gonna have to stand all the way back here and then try to bait out your F tilt so that they can whiff punish. So yeah. So I just say practice ledge dash F tilt because you pretty much seem to just basically do. You have a really bad habit, it looks like, of just doing. You just do ledge hop aerials. So you do specifically ledge hop fair. You do ledge hop instant fair, and you also do the delayed fair, which is all right. You can use that as a mix up because you can do delay. You can do like delayed fair, drift back, auto cancel near ledge, and then F tilt is a pretty a tricky thing sometimes. But you gotta learn how to ledge dash F tilt and ledge dash other options because it makes your ledge game a lot better. That was nice coverage. You got some damage on, but you still got advantage. So that was pretty good. After you do these needles on side platform, when you've done these, you might just want to do like drop down needles. So you could do either Isaiah drop. That's pretty good. And for starters, that's good edge guarding as well. You can do like needles here and then drop down needles as well. So if I get hitboxes up, I could do needles, drop down, whoops, needles, drop down, more needles, and I can send them both off stage if I get puff out of here. So I can do needles off stage. Whoops. Anyway, needles, more needles, and then there you go. And then you could also do shield drop instead of Isaiah drops. You can do so after you do the needles, you can do buffered shield drop like this. And then you can even do, like I was showing earlier, you could do needles, buffer shield drop, and then do reverse needles, which is funny. And just make sure you don't accidentally side B or transform into Zelda. But it's nice to just be. You might just want to practice this just to get your needle control down and your shield drop control. But yeah, it's kind of excessive. But you want to be able to do. You should be able to do like shield drop needles because if you're here, you could do. If you're like on here on side platform, you should be able to do run over shield drop needles to send them off stage. But also it just helps for edge guarding where you can just do like you can throw needles like this. You can just do full hop needles and then falling through platform and throw more. So I just recommend practicing stuff like that. Just for more pressure near ledge and stuff like that. But also when you're on side platform there, you did needles and then you'd always do dash back. You were always doing like you're pretty much always doing needles onto side platform here, and then you would do dash back either shield drop or you just do dash back run off back air. While you could do something like drop through needles again, or you could do like dash back, or you could do dash back reverse needles maybe. So you do dash back, shield drop, reverse needles like this. That's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky, but oh well. Oh well. You should be practicing some stuff like that. Again, I've talked a bunch about how down smash on shield is incredibly risky. So obviously you couldn't crouch cancel it here, so that's better at least. Okay, you should have definitely grabbed him there. You did tomahawk. Tomahawk grab there would have just been a kill. So while down smash there was incredibly risky for starters, while also not beating holding shield. Anyway, I gotta speed up this analysis. It's gone quite a while. It's kind of a big one. Okay. So you're not auto-canceling these short hop forward airs. You should practice like the latest possible forward air timing. I'm not a Sheik main, so I don't have it, but you should practice the latest possible forward air plus fast fall timing to be able to short hop fast fall auto cancel while still auto canceling, obviously, which you're not doing right now from what it looks like. Like there, you missed the auto cancel and got hit because of it. Okay, so you live there, but what did you do? So he threw you off stage here, and you just again you have a big habit of whenever he throws you off stage or just barely hits you off stage. You earlier again you were doing like double jump up air or and you're using your double jump early and stuff. So your recovery needs a lot of work, I'd say. For starters, I'd say just work on your mix-ups to ledge because those are the important ones, or the more important ones. To work on those for starters. And then also work on saving your double jump and whatnot. But yeah. But anyway, Streamland, so you live the rest, but you shouldn't get there in time to punish. He even could have grabbed ledge in time, which was interesting. Could you follow up on that forward air? You might be able to on DIOA. If you do like a delayed one. So if I'm here and I down throw. So if I do down throw, puff DIs away, and I gotta get puff to like double jump air dodge frame perfectly. So now as a Sheik, I'm gonna do dash, short hop, and I'm gonna do the latest forward air possible. So I'm gonna look 34, 30. So on the first frame he jumps, that's too late. So 34 now I'll try. Let's see how much earlier I need to do than 34. So okay, so it was like one frame too late. So I'll try 33. Whoops. Okay, 32 maybe. Well, it looks like it was 33 for 2 frames, but yeah. I'll try 32. Anyway, so it hits them there. I'm gonna fast fall. So now instead of the double jump air dodge, I'm gonna do just holding DI down and away instead. And now I'm just gonna try double jump away. It slides off here. I guess you get a tech chase if you tried to DI that way, but I was hoping maybe you could run over and dash attack him, but it looks like you don't have time to. But I guess you get a tech chase on that DI, but then he could just do slighter DI and not let you. But maybe. If I just do DI straight away, then he wouldn't have to land. He could just double jump away. So now let's see if I can run over and like shock him before he can double jump away. No, it doesn't look like it. You can read his double jump out like that, and then follow up with a full hop up air, not up air, forward air like that. But that's a pretty big read, so you don't get too much of that. It's just an aerial, which sucks. Ugh. Anyway. I think you should have done an instant up air here so that you could have gotten the weak hit of up air. So you do full hop delayed up air and you get this strong up air which you can't get anything off of. So if you did like a instant up air, you would have gotten a weak hit of up air here and then you could have comboed off of that into another aerial. So that would have just gotten you more percent and maybe better positioning. I should have been dead, but if you were quicker, I think you could have comboed the up air on that, and that would have killed. I know you tried to, but you obviously must have recognized that you were too late. If you have puff or any like floaty or whatever at low percent on a side platform or near a side platform, so that they're like this, whether it be that he jumps up or whatever, or just something else. What you could just do is like after you get the the aerial, you just do either Isaiah drop aerial. Well, you wouldn't even need to Isaiah drop because it's an aerial, but you can either drop through aerial or you could just shield drop aerial. Shield drop aerial obviously being faster, so you should probably do buffered shield drop aerial. Like here I'm getting forward air, F tilt forward air. Or maybe even up air. Anyway, yeah, something like this. Obviously, they could just DI the second forward air to not get hit by the follow-ups. But you get what I mean. So you just do. So like you can get back air into another back air, specifically weak back air. You can get weak back air into strong back air if you position properly, like that. You can get nair into shield drop fair. You just want to, if you catch them at low percent like this, with any aerial, a Sheik, you could just do aerial into shield drop aerial. Weak nair as well, like into pretty high percents, you can do this. So you just want to work on this. Like I think you got a aerial here that would constitute this. Let's see. Yeah, you got a forward air there, and you could have done a shield drop forward air and gotten some more percent or whatever off of that. So you just want to do that, get some more percent, and yeah. Again, habit I've pointed out a few times now. He hits you off, double jump above ledge, and you throw out an aerial. Really bad habit of yours. Here again, you could have just upbeat to ledge without wasting your double jump, and then again after you get ledge, you also have the same ledge hop up air or ledge hop fair habit, when you need to learn how to do things like ledge dash, F tilt, especially. Ledge dash dash is pretty good as well. You just need to learn how to ledge dash properly, specifically ledge dash F tilt, because especially against Puff, who are going to try and stay in the air a lot of the times, uh, you want to learn how to use F tilt, ledge dash F tilt, because it can test it pretty well. You do ledge dash F tilt here, so you do it, but I was pretty sure looking at that it was super slow. So you drop from ledge, you fast fall really bad. You fast fall again. Look how low you are ledge dashing. This is a really slobby ledge dash. Jesus, you're like you look like you're gonna do a scar drop, a scar jump rather, and then you double jump. You're double jumping so far up. By now you've pretty much lost your intangibility. This was a really sloppy ledge dash, and you're definitely vulnerable here. So that was bad, just straight up. So you need to work on that, and it will help a lot. Billy didn't kill. Might have wanted to go for a few pummels. You know about pummel buffer down throw, I assume, where you just after you pummel, you just hold C stick down, and it will buffer the down throw, and they can't wiggle out after getting hit by the pummel. Okay, at low percent, Puffs are all gonna fish for this. Either they're either gonna fish for the falling up air into up tilt, or they're gonna fish for the tomahawk up tilt into rest. So let's say you're shielding and they do falling up air into up tilt. Let's say they do it on this side, so you can't shield grab it. You can't shield grab it, which you could if they're on this side. But even then, shield grab's risky in case they crouch. So yeah, let's say they do it on this side. Well, what you can do is you can just full hop, and you will just go. You'll go above their up tilt before they can get it out, and then you can just fall down on them with an aerial and then try to punish. But you can also do wave dash out shield away from where they are, and then you can whiff punish the up tilt. So something like this, and then you just get a punish off of that. So yeah, pretty useful. Both of those options are good. Mm, there's nothing too interesting to talk about right now. Okay, so last game, I've already been going for like an hour. So yeah. Again, I don't like to repeat stuff, but if it's like noticeable habits that you do multiple times, then I need to. You get forward air on shield. You go for this down smash. Incredibly risky. If you just like you could have crouched or you could have just shielded and you could have died or at least suffered a lot. He crouched. If he didn't fuck up, then he could have killed again. He could have killed you here basically. Um, Depending maybe on DI maybe. So don't take such high risk, low reward options like those down smashes. It's just not worth it. He could have rested out a shield there, but he would have died afterwards, so it would have just been a reset. Okay. That was bad by your opponent. Obviously, you could have just stayed on ledge and then reacted and ledge hop back at you, but oh well. I don't believe that DIOA forces you to land off of Puff's down throw. I believe you can DIOA and still double jump out. If not, that kind of sucks. Unless there's like a platform there in the way, in which case obviously you're forced to attack. So I get Puff down throwing here, Sheik DIing away. Yeah, you could just DI away and then double jump out like this. You're not forced to attack, so I'm not sure why you are. Um, and you can also look like it also looks like you can just throw out an aerial, so you can DI away and then forward air out, and then you can keep moving. So obviously, if he threw me here instead, then DIY would land on side platform, and then you could try and like rest me. So it's it obviously depends on position, and in a lot of positions, Puff's down throw can be really annoying. But in because it's FD, not really. Okay, your opponent is not good at rest out of shield. That should have been a death for you because you have a really bad habit of those. See, I like what you did here, where you jumped behind him and he's afraid of your aerial, so he pulls up shield. I think this would have been a perfect time to throw in like a tomahawk behind him, like this, and then just land and grab. So you would have done like this, just tomahawk turn around, grab. Would have been pretty good there. Would have gotten a bit of percent, at least. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. So he tried to double jump sweet spot ledge, and obviously Puff can't sweet spot ledge properly unless you use a sing. So you down tilt poked, and then you went for forward air. You should have up aired. I think up air would have killed, or instead of down tilt, you might have wanted to down smash the ledge. So either or, but it worked out anyway. So it was a good decision by you. Okay, well, that kind of sucks, but something I want to say is that I don't really see you full hop much, and Sheik's full hop is actually pretty good because you could do like full hop rising aerials, and it puts you in a different position than rising short hop aerials would. Um, that can be harder to whiff punish, especially for Puff, because like you could do full hop fair, and then if you miss, you could just wave land off of the top platform on platform stages. Obviously, FD doesn't give you that luxury, but yeah. So you can do full hop like rising aerials and then just wave land on top platform, or you can do falling aerials afterwards. You can do needles afterwards. You can do like that and then this. So you can do full hop fair and then fall with needles like that. There's a bunch of stuff you can do off of it. You can also, again, like I was showing earlier, you can do full hop and then fall down on them with aerials to try and whiff punish or whatnot. So you could use those. You could use those more, and I think that would benefit you. But you're pretty much just contesting him with short hops, which both his short hop aerials and his full hop aerials can contest pretty well, better than you. Um, like if you're playing that head-to-head game, you're playing into their game plan essentially, and it's how Puff beats Sheik. Like that's Puff's aerials in those situations just outright win head-to-head. He DI'd, so you went for the same down tilt, but he DI'd away. You didn't confirm off of it because you couldn't, which is why you might want to down smash or yeah. But again, you're punishing the thing that I was talking about earlier. That should be it. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for the analysis. Uh, it's been an hour or so, so hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.